Did you know that as a consumer, once you complete a loan application and it has been pre-approved by a lender, you are entitled to a loan estimate detailing those costs for that loan? Did you also know that if you are unsatisfied for any reason with that cost, you have the right to a second opinion? Well, that's why you're here. Thank you again for tuning in to get those updates. Buyers, when you complete a loan application, what's very important to you is to see the cost detailing the loan that you're receiving. And that comes through a loan estimate. A loan estimate will have itemizations of everything pertaining to that loan, the costs that the lender is charging, any credits you're receiving, the cost for your appraisal, and so on and so forth. That's how you'll make a very well-rounded decision on how to proceed with your loan. If you're not receiving that loan estimate, once you've heard that you were pre-approved, pause, talk to your lender, talk to whoever you're working with, whether it's a bank, whoever it is, and say, hey, wait a minute, I want to take a look and see what my costs are. The reason why I bring that up is I receive lots of calls throughout the week and messages, folks saying, hey, Larry, with rates moving and changing, I'm a little concerned because I'm asking for costs from the person I'm working with, and you told me I can ask you a question and I'm not getting it. What do I do? And I tell them, listen, go back to your loan partner, talk to them and say, listen, send me the loan estimate. It's very important that I have it so I can take a look at it and make a well-rounded decision. That way you'll know exactly what the costs are and you know exactly what you're walking into. Any professional worth their grain of salt, naturally, will do what they can to earn your business. And so they should not feel threatened at all to send that to you. In fact, that's something that we do immediately. And then we start working with folks in order to make sure that they are receiving exactly what they've asked for. Within the loan estimate, there's many different items there. You'll have your costs, of course, for your appraisal, estimations, if they have to do another appraisal, your prepaids, your taxes, everything is right there on that itemization sheet. In fact, since 2008, the federal government, through all its protections for consumers, have made it a point to ensure that consumers have in their hands the cost for their loans so that there are no surprises in the end. Folks, you should not have any surprises when you're putting an offer on your home. You should know exactly what your costs are. So tell your lender, send a loan estimate so that you can review it with them together. That's something that you definitely want to do. And let me tell you also, if you're not happy with that loan estimate, you are a consumer. Just like if you're not happy with insurance, you have the right to shop. If you're not happy with what price you're receiving from a car dealership, you have the right to shop. Same thing applies to loans. If you're not happy with what you're seeing on that loan estimate, if you're not happy with the rate you're receiving, then you have the right for a second opinion. Get that second opinion. In fact, give us a call. My contact information is right there, my email. Text us, call us. We will be more than happy to let you know if you're in the realm of what we would consider a very cost-friendly loan. With rates going up as fast as they are, it's very important that you, the consumer, get exactly what you're looking for. And as I mentioned, you are entitled to a second opinion. So again, my contact information is right there. Reach out to us. We would love to give you a second opinion, let you know how things are looking, and get you a great rate as well. And speaking of rates, I want to start there. I'm going to list or show you what the ending rates was for the week here. As you can see, I like to use the source Mortgage News Daily. This is just taking an average and aggregate out there. And as you can see here, the average for conventional is 6.79. Folks, we're doing much better than that. Let me tell you, even on the FHA and the VA, we're doing much better in general than the rates you see here. If you have great credit, we're doing significantly better. But this gives you an idea of what's out there. And as I mentioned earlier, it's very important as we're seeing rates continue to move that you save and do the best you can. Folks, the federal government is very serious about going after inflation. I don't know how else to stress it. Let me throw up there an article. This is an article that came out earlier this week. It discusses the jobless claims. Of course, that is a direct relationship with what we're seeing with interest rates going up. Naturally, as rates go up, the cost to borrow goes up. In fact, you're probably seeing it on your credit cards. You're probably seeing it at the pump all over the place. Well, that affects businesses borrowing as well. And when that affects their borrowing, naturally, they're not going to be growing as quickly as much as they would like. And that also affects the employment. But as you can see here, even though the Fed has been very aggressive, uh, last week there was an expectation of first-time applicants for unemployment at 215,000, and it was down to 193. Some folks will say that's small, but actually that's very significant. It shows that the job market is very, very robust still, and that's coming out of the most recent rate hike increase. And so, what does that tell you? Well, I'll tell you what it tells me. The Fed is coming with another axe to make sure they go after inflation. And they'll be looking at CPI data later on, of course, in a week or so, and other data will determine if it's going to be anywhere from 25 to 75 basis points. And I tell you, I firmly believe that with this data and what I'm seeing, we're going to be seeing probably another 25 basis point increase, in October. So if you haven't locked your rate, lock in that rate. If you're looking for a great rate, my contact information is right there. Give me a call. Like I said, I would love to give you a first opinion, a second opinion, a third opinion. Well, you shouldn't have anything more than 2 opinions naturally. You don't want to be out there moving your credit or shopping your credit all over the place. You really want to lock in something. This is a great time now because, again, many folks are forecasting the Fed to continue this all the way into possibly 2023. In fact, I want to show you this article here. Talks about what the market will look like in 2023. And this is what we're seeing as well. It will definitely move to a full-fledged buyer's market. Yes, it'll be a full-fledged buyer's market. And as you see in this article, there are going to be some areas that saw some overvaluation in our country, and they're prime for a retreat. Some areas right here, Austin, Texas, a lot of areas in Texas, a lot of folks have moved to Texas, and Texas is going to see there's lots of opportunity for equity. Great things there. Boise, Idaho, I'm seeing that as well. So if you're in those areas or looking to be in those areas, keep an eye out. You're going to see pricing, come down to a level that's more representative for that community. Again, we're seeing that remote workers are actually being called back to work. I'll put an article to talk about that as well. We saw that coming. I mean, of course, when COVID first hit, we enjoyed it. We enjoyed working from home. But there is an efficiency problem naturally as human beings working from home. The majority of us, unfortunately, don't hold the discipline as we would do in a group setting or in the office. And they're seeing it. They want folks back to the office. Keep your eye out for those oversaturated markets. As I mentioned, the markets in Texas, the markets in Arizona, markets in Idaho, especially those markets, some of the markets up in Washington that push a little higher, markets in Florida, in fact. Unfortunately, with the recent Hurricane Ian that they experienced, they're going to have a shortage of homes there, and that's going to cause another issue. But there's going to be areas naturally where folks are going to be looking to move and to get out of those areas where it was higher valuations. Keep your eye on that because that will change. And again, my contact information is right there. Folks, I am in all 50 states. Yes. American Financial Network, we are in all 50 states. I'm able to help you in all 50 states. I've helped folks in Texas. I mentioned Texas, South Carolina, Georgia, Idaho, Arizona, California, Washington. You can name them. I haven't hit all 50, but we're getting there. I've got some work in Illinois that's going on. I'm looking to do some work in New York. And so no matter where you're located, we can help. My contact information is right there. Reach out to us. We'd love to help you and get you a great rate today. All right, as I love to do at the conclusion of each and every one of my videos is leave you with something inspiring that take you into the day, evening, weekend, week, whenever you listen to this. And I love this. This is for all of us, the kids that we are at heart. Dreams do come true if only we wish hard enough. You can have anything in life if you will sacrifice everything else for it. The great Peter Pan. I love it. I love it. Guys, I tell you, folks, let me tell you, the one thing, and I tell this to young people all the time, never stop dreaming. I tell my kids that, never stop dreaming. That tends to be what happens as we age. We go through life. life beats us up a little bit. We stop dreaming, and all of a sudden the gray clouds come and that takes us away, and that's our life. Listen, we are here to live the life that we've dreamt of, but we have to take chances and we have to get out of our comfort zone to make that happen. We are here to be happy, happy beings, loving beings, but that comes from inside of us. Whatever we bring, whatever we radiate, radiates to the outside. We are the sun, the light that helps to bring goodness. And so it's important for us to continue to dream, to continue to have the mindset, the attitude that we are kids, like if we were going to Disneyland or to amusement park for the first time and just skipping. Let me tell you, you see me at the amusement park, you will see me singing and dancing and skipping along because I am dreaming. And that's why I'm living the life I'm living right now, because I decided a long time ago that life was serious. It was very serious where I grew up, and I was going to dream and live it the best way I can. So I encourage you, continue dreaming, continue holding and embracing that kid-like person that's inside of us, because that's what we need. Thank you again for tuning in to The Market Update. I am your host, Larry McCain with American Financial Network. I appreciate each and every one of you each and every week. My YouTube information is right there. Please go ahead and subscribe, forward this over to other folks so they can also see this great information. And if you have questions, reach out to us anytime, and continue to pray for the world. The world needs it, especially over there in Europe. You're seeing what's happening, and pray for our country. A lot of folks affected over in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. I personally know people who are affected who left the Sacramento area, moved to Fort Myers, and I have yet to hear from them, and I continue to pray that everything is okay. So I'm praying for all of you. Continue to pray with me. You all be blessed. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.